And we are back. Bracket March Madness. Uh, we're gonna do this again. I did it last year, so we're gonna give it another run. Hopefully I do better than I did last time. I don't even know how I did last time. That's probably how bad I did. Quick reminder: I don't know anything about basketball besides the rules. I don't know how good these teams are or anything. So we're just gonna go right into it. UConn versus Stetson. All I know is I believe UConn won last year, so they're probably pretty good. So we're just gonna pick them right off the bat. Uh, FAU and Northwestern. This is another thing. I'm pretty sure FAU made it to like the Final Four last year, so we're gonna pick them. Same thing here, San Diego State and UAB. We're just gonna pick San Diego State. I think they made it to the finals, right? I don't know. Auburn versus Yale. This is the first tricky one because I don't know how either of these teams did last year. Like I said, I just know the Final Four. I'm sure Auburn's probably going to win. They're the higher seed or lower seed for a reason. Plus, I feel like in years past, Auburn used to be pretty good. We have BYU versus Duke, whatever team this is, Duquesne. We're going to pick BYU just so I don't have to try and pronounce them again. Illinois versus Morehead State. We'll take Illinois. They're a high seed for a reason, I'm at. Washington State versus Drake. We're going to have an upset here, actually. We're going to go ahead and just pick Drake because I feel like we need to have an upset somewhere along the line, and we can't just pick the higher team every time. Iowa State and South Dakota State, we're going to pick Iowa State. They're a good team, it looks like, for a reason. North Carolina versus Howe/Wag. I don't know what that means, but we're going to pick North Carolina. Mississippi State versus Michigan State. We're going to go ahead and pick Michigan State. There's an upset, I guess. Although not really. St. Mary's versus Grand Canyon. We'll pick St. Mary's. I feel like I've heard them quite a few years in this. Alabama versus Charleston. We're going to go ahead and pick Alabama. Clemson versus New Mexico. This one I actually feel like could be a very good game. I will pick Clemson, but New Mexico I feel like could easily pull the upset in that one. Baylor versus Colgate. We're going to pick Baylor. Dayton versus Nevada. We're going to pick Dayton. Arizona versus Long Beach State. We're going to pick Arizona. Houston versus Longwood. Let's get Houston. Nebraska versus Texas A&M. We're going to take Texas A&M. Wisconsin, James Madison will take Wisconsin. We're going to take Duke over Vermont. We're going to take Texas Tech over NC State. We're going to take Kentucky over Oakland. And we're going to take Florida over I'm going to assume that's like Boise State in Colorado. Marquette versus Western Kentucky. We'll take Marquette. And the final one, Purdue over whatever teams those are. Utah State and TCU, we're going to take TCU. Gonzaga and McNeese, we're going to take Gonzaga. We're going to take Kansas over Samford. We're going to take Oregon, bit of a surprise, over South Carolina. We'll take Creighton over Akron. We'll take Texas over UVA/CSU. And we'll take Tennessee over St. Peter's. Sorry, St. Peter's. I know you guys did something last year, but not this year. UConn versus FAU. I want to say this is a Finals 4 rematch or a Finals rematch, one of them. We're going to have UConn winning that one. San Diego State versus Auburn. We're going to go ahead and have Auburn winning that one. BYU versus Illinois. We're going to go ahead and take BYU. Take an interesting one. Iowa State and Drake. We're going to take Iowa State. North Carolina and Michigan State will take North Carolina. St. Mary's and Alabama. We're actually going to take St. Mary's. Clemson versus Baylor. We'll take Baylor. Dayton versus Arizona. We'll take Arizona. Houston versus Texas A&M. We'll take Houston. Wisconsin versus Duke. We'll take Duke. Texas Tech versus Kentucky. We'll take Kentucky. Florida versus Marquette. We'll take Marquette. Purdue and TCU. I know Purdue usually struggles in these tournaments. We'll take Purdue for this one. Gonzaga versus Kansas. I feel like these are two powerhouses usually, and this is going to be a great game. I'm going to take Kansas, however. Creighton versus Oregon will take Creighton, and Texas versus Tennessee will actually take Texas to pull the upset. UConn versus Auburn will go ahead and take UConn. BYU and Iowa State, we're going to go ahead and take Iowa State. North Carolina and St. Mary's will go ahead and take North Carolina. Baylor versus Arizona will take Baylor to pull the upset. Houston versus Duke will take Houston. Kentucky and Marquette will take Marquette. Purdue and Kansas, we're going to take Purdue. And Creighton, Texas will take Creighton. UConn versus Iowa State will take UConn. North Carolina versus Baylor, we're going to take Baylor. Houston versus Marquette, we'll take Houston, And Purdue versus Creighton. Sorry, Purdue, but we're going to take Creighton. That's where your run's in. Final four, UConn versus Baylor, we're going to take UConn. And Houston versus Creighton, we'll actually take Creighton. And to win it all, we'll take UConn. Back to back. And submit bracket. And I'm only gonna do one bracket per. I plan on doing a man and a woman bracket. So this is gonna be my men's one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I'll see you guys next time, which will be the women's one, which I'm gonna legit do right now after this. So goodbye and hope you enjoyed.